Welcome to day 27 of my solo 1,000 mile run across Nepal. I've set up from the village just down there. Today, at the end of the day, I hopefully get to a bigger city village with a hotel where I maybe take a rest day or half a rest day. That's a couple of days early, but the reason for that is after that big city, there's not going to be anywhere with a nice hotel, basically like quite big, for quite a few days. So the plan was to take it early and leading up to that cover as many miles as possible so that I don't lose days. Today, according to the route, it's 42 kilometers to the next place. Unfortunately, I set off early. Unfortunately, the route that I've got planned, I basically got to the river and there's just no bridge at all. The route, the map, whatever I used is just completely wrong. It doesn't even look like there used to be a bridge. So I kind of asked around, and again, everyone just basically gives completely different directions. You know, I think some people are directing me to the nearest road, and some people are directing me just through the jungle. And that was clear with a few people. They actually said jungle. You know, so I would name the place for the next big city. Everyone would understand that instantly. And, you know, some people would say, it's back that way. And then I go that way. I ask the first person and they say, it's that way. And the next person would say, it's that way. So I'm basically just going whichever directions people give me that will connect me with my route that I had planned. So I've crossed the river using a little footbridge. As soon as I get on that route, everything is fine. But 42 kilometers is more than I've done any other day here. And I've already done a little bit of backtracking. I've already done extra kilometers with these little, I've gone through the jungle a little bit. This is quite a nice path now. But before that, it was literally like getting the leaves out of the way, that kind of thing, just going through the jungle to find this path. So we'll see. It might be a very, very long day. I might get to the city once it's already dark. I really don't want to rush, because when I rush, my feet just start burning. That's not the way to cover long distance. You know, I really need to relax. I need to take regular breaks, take my shoes off, that kind of thing. And maybe do a little bit less recording, because I don't think I've got the time today. We'll see. I still need breaks. But it's a really nice view. Nice start. Gained a little bit of elevation. That back there is exactly why I'm glad that my route that I planned, my fail-safe route, kind of follows bigger roads and tracks like this one. I'm actually back on my route. Basically all of that was just jungle and just straight up the hill, really steep terrain, tricky, and the reason is basically, so that was all together from where I stayed today, so that's included a load of flat as well, crossing the bridge, that kind of thing. I've covered 2.5k so far, so I've got another 40k left at least. Probably realistically it'll be more than that. But yeah, so I've covered 2.5k and I'm a little bit tired already because it was just going straight up and I had to kind of fight through branches. So many spiders along the route, like massive spider. You'd be just walking and a spider would just be, whoa, okay, just walk around him, like here in fact. This is supposed to be a road and there is a spider. I presume you can't see that, but right in the middle. So this doesn't really fill me with much confidence, to be honest, for today. Plan B is to camp or find somewhere a little bit earlier than my hotel. And that's also an option, because then tomorrow could be just a half a rest day. That's not too bad as well. But I did fancy doing the whole distance today. So yeah, basically this route, which is supposed to be a road, if there are spider webs crossing it, then obviously cars haven't been down here for very long ago, and people. It's obviously not the best route between the two towns, but it's the one that I've got. It's the one that was on the map, and I'm back on my route, so we'll see what happens. So I was following that road, the really cobwebby road, which tells you how busy it is. I got to a tiny little village, asked a guy which way is it to the big city that I'm going to, which is called Sandiharka. And he said this way, which tallies up with my route. So basically, I think that I am back on course. The route that I've got planned is the one that someone has directed me along, so all good. Now that's it. That, according to my plan, I needed to cross the river, wade through the river, go up a mountain, a few switchbacks, and then back down again. But from the looks of it, it really looked like I could just carry on following the river and it would join up with my planned route. So I took a risk, went off plan a little bit, and it worked out. I cut basically a load of elevation, a load of distance, which totally made up for all of the lost distance at the start. Probably more than made up. I'm kind of like 1k ahead. So back on track. Literally 5 minutes further up the road from my last clip, I just met some locals and I asked them which way is it to the village, and they just said it's back the way you came. So I'm really reluctant to kind of go off route, but I had to sit down, had a drink, had a look at my map, and there does seem to be a way, the way that they pointed, and it seems to be shorter, and it seems that it might be nicer because it's not following a main road, it's following slightly smaller roads and following the ridges of mountains. So I think I'm going to go with their advice. It's going to cut 4 or 5k off my route. So all going well, that's the way to go. Back in that shop that I just stopped at for a break, I got a bottle of Mirinda, just like their Fanta, a little bit of energy, a bit of sugar. I asked how much it was at the end, and there's a woman in the shop and kind of like a guy who I think was the owner around the back, and the woman said 90 rupees, so that's about 60p, and I could hear the guy in the back shouting 100. So a little bit of tourist tax kind of thing added on. I don't mind that at all, especially when it's just small amounts like that. But when I gave 100 and started putting my wallet away, and she gave me 10 back, gave me a little wry smile. It's tough. It's all just been climbing. I should be near the top soon, and then it's going to be going along the ridges, which should be really nice and hopefully a little bit breezy, cool me down a little bit. So I've gained about 700 meters in the last 40 minutes or so. Pretty tough. Heart rate's pretty high. Heart rate's actually higher than when I'm running here. When I'm running, I can tend to obviously run a really slow pace. My heart rate's generally about 115. Coming up that was 145, 140. Because I'm trying to cover more miles than I've done on any other days, I'm basically just pressing on. You know, if I go through a village, normally I'll slow down, have a look around, you know, see if, and that kind of gives opportunity to some people that are interested to come over, say hi, have a chat, that kind of thing. But today I've just been pressing on. But I did stop for a little bit of food. So I had two potato samosas. I've got 2 bananas with me, a bottle of Fanta. That should keep me going. I'm halfway today to my marathon distance, and it is about 1 p.m. I think, so should be plenty of time as long as my feet don't completely give up. They are aching a little bit, just starting to ache. Should be good. Last 10k of today's 40, if I can make it, and these are the kind of views that I've got. I'm at the highest point of today, so it's all nice steady downhill or flat, and this is exactly what I need to end today on. Nice little boost. That sound that you can hear is the insect from this region. I think I mentioned a few videos ago that the kind of most common sounds you hear changes region by region. So this is the one that's here, just a constant beep. I've done 37 kilometers today, and I finally made it to the next big city. I'm going to find a hotel. I don't think they've got something really nice, but let's see what they've got, and I might take a rest day here to get lots and lots of food. I think I mentioned in one of the old videos that I see very, very few birds. Well, this kind of goes against all that.